Hi, this is Sarah from Abundance, Love and Joy. And I've got a reading for you about your career. You're going to want to tune in because this is a fucking doozy. You are a really smart person and you are really at the top of your game. You should be so happy right now, but you are not. You're not only feeling stabbed in the back, you're feeling completely impoverished with the Five of Pentacles here and the Ten of Swords. You are really feeling out in the cold, like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why do I put all this effort in for this paltry reward? At the very least, you're feeling blah, and you're sort of pushed to the point where you feel like you might go it alone rather than stick in your current situation. So let's take a bit of a closer look and see exactly what's happening here. So we see where you are at the moment. Usually I would say you're in a good position as the emperor, as the boss, but in actual fact in this spread, given the tone of what we're starting with, I would say this represents your current workplace, which is very structured, very old-fashioned, and your boss rules the roost from his stone throne or her stone throne, and maybe doesn't give you as much flexibility or freedom as you might want in your job and to do the job in the way that you want to. So despite being so incredibly talented, and you should be just raking in all this coin, you're probably feeling quite stifled by the hierarchy, the red tape, and the fucking bullshit. So the situation that's coming across this right now is a sudden clarity on your situation or a brand new idea that changes everything. One or the other. The clarity could be literally the axe of redundancy slicing your head off, or it could be an idea that has come to you or that someone brings to you that makes a lot of sense and fires you up. As I say, you're very capable. You've got to the top of your game. You should be so happy. But look, you've got every burden in the world. You're shouldering it single-handedly. There doesn't seem to be any end in sight. There's certainly no marshmallows for whatever bonfire you look like you are supposed to be building. And, you know, it's just a sad card of toil and trouble. The 10 means it is nearly over, but that's no comfort when you're slogging away with that bunch of big sticks. And adding insult to injury, what we see here is that your life is out of balance as a result of this workload and the lack of reward. So, you know, you should be sitting pretty, you should be spending your coin, you should have a lot of free time. You don't. You're spending all the hours of the day at work. And you've just got there's not enough passion in your job. It's all boring chores and no, joyful creativity. So something has to give, really. And guess what? The universe to the rescue, because this is coming to an end. The Death card is a massive sign of a big ending, whether you like it or not. Obviously, if the hammer falls on you, at this point, you might welcome it, or maybe this is why you're actually feeling so distraught. But there is change afoot. So what can you do about that? Well, I did clarify this change card. And let's not forget, the sun is in the background there coming out. So despite all the murdered little kitties down here, beg your pardon, there is actually some sunshine there, and yellow is the sign of hope. It's solar plexus. It's actually engaging your willpower to do something, is what yellow represents. So there is a peep of that. From your despair comes a determination, let's say. And that was clarified by the Star card, which is one of the most fortunate in the whole deck. So no matter how you're feeling about this change, whether it's been forced upon you or it's something you've seen coming and leaned into, it's only going to be for the best for you in the as it develops. So take heart from that. So what do we see lying just ahead for you? Well, we see a sudden rush of ideas or a new situation that comes in. It's hot on the heels of that change. That's what you want to see. You want to see a lot of ideas coming. They are, and they're coming quickly. However, there is a transition then to maybe you're shell-shocked. You're just kind of not, maybe you went too far too fast. Maybe this all happened too quickly. You are sitting there, excuse me, I'm so froggy. Sitting there wondering what the fuck. And you can't even take solace, or you can't really see the value in what's being offered to you. So maybe what this idea or offer coming in, it isn't really what you think you want. But the universe is saying, look around and just see all the good things that are trying to come into your life. So be positive. And what we end on is making big plans for the future. You've got a whole new broad horizon in front of you. That dude's planning his world travels. So that means, and world domination, let's face it, because you're a bad mofo. And to clarify that, we've got the Magician. It's one of the most positive new starts in the whole deck. The Magician has every tool they need to get by in life. They are abundant and they're going to reap the rewards. So do not fear. I pulled another few cards just because I'm greedy. And to end up, we had 2 cards that symbolize cleverness, cunning, and ideas. So the Queen of Swords is someone who's just very skilled, male or female, very, very smart, shrewd, can cut through the bullshit, gets things done. This is a card of no mucking about, and that's the kind of flavor you want if you are going out on your own, striking out on your own, or going into a new job. That's definitely the energy you want to take with you. And the Fox here, they don't realize how close they are to actually achieving everything. They're wily because they've learned a whole lot of lessons in their time. And yeah, they are very, very close to getting everything they wanted. So that is you, my darlings. And I finished on a couple of my own oracle cards. And out of the, 100 or so that I've got, these are the 2 that randomly came out. And so I designed this to be about a person, but in this instance, I see that your new role or career, or you're working for yourself, is going to be that perfect blend of something you care about and that gets you out of bed in the morning with a spring in your step. And it's also a reliable kind of steady, it's a soothing kind of vibe. You're enjoying this, and it's going to make you feel very stable. And the finances are stable too. You're getting by just fine. The cards that I created on either side of this were scraping by and rolling in money. So this is the happy medium. There is no need to fear about your finances if that's one of the things on your mind. And you can actually get more passion in your life in a steady way. And let's face it, we can get rid of this imbalance in your life and all this misery down here. And we can get to hope from fresh beginnings. You have got this. Wishing you much abundance, love, and joy.